So the New Penguin English Dictionary gives the definition of a witch as being a person who is credited with supernatural powers, especially a woman practicing magic. So as much as I love the acronym WITCH, woman in total control of herself, I have to point out here that the word witch is gender neutral and refers to a man or a woman or any other gender. A better definition of the word witch is someone who practices folk magic using herbs, stones and other materials in their magical workings to manifest goals or bring about change. Now that we've covered the definition of a witch, let's look at the 10 signs that might mean that you're a witch. So the first thing on our list today is curiosity, and you found yourself here to this video. Maybe you've had a long-standing interest in witchcraft, which you've either looked into before or you've waited until now, or maybe this is a new interest that you've found. Most of the witches that I've ever met have a natural curiosity about the world around them, and they love learning on any subject. Curiosity also ties in with spellcrafting and healing. How can I make this person feel better? Which herb should I add to this salve? How can I improve this spell? What's this herb over here? How can I learn more about this? If you're naturally curious and you have a passion for learning and taking on information, there's a really good chance you could be a witch. So the second thing on our list today is intuition. Are you a really intuitive person? Were you intuitive as a child? Has your intuition only just been something that's grown since you started to tap into it, perhaps? Maybe you've had premonitions or made suggestions that certain things would happen to the people around you, and everyone else thought you were crazy until these things came to pass. Maybe you feel intuition in your body, a tingling or a sense of foreboding. Maybe you've always had this ability and you've been able to tap into it over the years. But one thing is for certain, witches usually have a very fine-tuned sense of intuition. My intuition never ever lets me down, and I always listen to it no matter how crazy it might seem. Intuitive people are usually quite tuned in with their clear senses. Perhaps you have clairvoyance, which is a type of clear seeing. Maybe you're a very visual person and you are a photographer or a decorator or an artist or a painter. But what that means is you have the vision of sight and you can see things in your mind's eye that come to pass. Maybe you're clairaudient. You have clairaudience, which means clear hearing. And you can hear music, sounds, voices in your mind's eye and in your mind, and again give you information about what is to come. Maybe you have claircognizance, which is a clear sense of knowing, where you receive information that you couldn't possibly have known, and you were given a feeling about people and places and things that are going to happen. This is one personally that I experience. I just know that something is going to happen, and I can't give you any information as to why or how I know that. Maybe you have clairsentience, which is clear feeling. You can feel other people's or spirits' emotions and feelings, and this can give you information about the past, the present, or the future. Maybe you have clairalience or clairgustance, which is clear smelling and clear tasting. These are a little bit more unusual, but they do exist. But what is certain is that most witches are very intuitive, they're very sensitive, they pick up on their environments and the people that are in them, and they're very tuned in. So if you are extremely intuitive, that could be another sign that you are a witch. The third thing on our list today is feeling different. Maybe growing up you always felt different to your peers. Perhaps you were bullied at school and felt like the odd one out. Maybe within your family group and your friends you always just seemed a little bit different. Certainly witches tend to be very authentic. I know we use the word authentic a lot in places like Instagram and Facebook, and it can be a little bit naff, but genuinely most of the witches that I've ever met are very authentic people, and they revel in their authenticity and being different. Maybe you like to dress differently. Maybe you've always been attracted to the strange or the unusual. Maybe you live in a strange house, like us on a cemetery. One thing I know is that witches usually have a strong sense of integrity and a strong sense of justice. They like to stand up for the underdog. They like to stand on their own 2 feet. They're not afraid to say no, and we're not afraid to be different. If you've always felt slightly different from the rest of the crowd, even if you fit in, maybe that's one sign that you're a witch. Number 4 on our list is being an empath. Are you an empath? Are you very, very sensitive and a people pleaser? Empaths usually pick up on other people's thoughts and feelings, and they desperately want everyone to be happy. They like to please people, they like to help, they like to be kind. Often empaths get taken advantage of, and we have to learn over time as we get older how to say no. A lot of witches are empaths. They feel very deeply with other people, with animals, with the earth, and sometimes we can take on the issues and problems of other people. This ties in with being intuitive and sensitive. We're a certain type of person where we feel everything and everybody's feelings very, very deeply in our bodies. When we get stressed, it manifests in our bodies. If you resonate with this, then there's a very good chance that you're a witch. Being an empath is not a curse, it's a gift. It's lovely to be so sensitive, so tuned in, so kind and so gentle and wanting the best for everybody. But we must learn to protect ourselves. If you're an empath, that's another very good sign that you're a witch. Number 5 on our list is nature lover. Now, it goes without saying really that witches love nature. We love being outside in the great outdoors. We love getting lost in the mountains and the forests and going to the seaside and the beach. We're at our happiest when we're surrounded in green and meadows and flowers and animals. Many of us have very deep connection to animals. We love gardening generally, and we have an interest in natural flora and fauna. We love flowers and plants and herbs and what we can do with those flowers and plants and herbs. Their magical properties. We love camping. We love sitting by the campfire with our friends. We celebrate the seasons. That's a major part of our philosophy. We celebrate the equinoxes and the solstices. We celebrate the harvest, where we can give thanks for the food that we've grown. We celebrate the sun, we celebrate the moon, we celebrate the stars. We follow the planets and the effect that they have on us. We love crystals and rocks and minerals. We love any part of the natural world. And we feel connected to our craft when we connect in with these things. So if you're a nature lover, there's a very, very good chance that you're a witch. Number 6 on our list is working with energy. If you work or use energy in any way, then that's a good sign that you're a witch. Maybe you do Tai Chi or yoga. Maybe you meditate or use mantras, which are a type of verbal spell. Maybe you can feel the energy of crystals, or maybe you do Reiki. Maybe you use your energy to make someone else feel better when they're feeling sad, and you have a way of picking them up using yours. Maybe you use energy in spells or with the law of attraction to manifest your goals. Maybe you're attracted to the phases of the moon and you use the energy from the different phases to help you in your spell work and your healing, for protection and for manifesting. If you use energy in any type of way, or you're at least interested in doing so, then that is another sign that you're a witch. Number 7 on our list is old soul. Maybe growing up you heard this term used about you, or people saying that you had a wise head on young shoulders. And this old soul saying can indicate that somebody is wise beyond their years. Perhaps you've always felt like you're an old soul. Perhaps the people around you have always said that you are. Maybe during a past life regression you found out that you were a witch. There is a saying, once a witch, always a witch. These are all indications that you're on a path of spirituality and development and learning. These are all indications that you may be a witch. Number 8 on our list is the moon. Have you always felt attracted to the moon or fascinated by her? Have you always had an interest in the moon or felt connected to her in some way? Maybe you're already using the moon phases to bring about healing or love or protection or some other kind of spell work. Maybe you just like going outside and gazing up and having a look at her when she's full. Maybe you're a creature of the night and you love going out and seeing the stars and the planets. Most witches feel more than just connected to her. We consider her divine and we revere her. I would say that if you've always had an interest or feel pulled by the moon in some way, then you're a witch. Number 9 on our list is herbalism and natural remedies. Maybe you have an interest in holistic health and natural remedies. Maybe you have an interest in foraging. Maybe you have a growing interest in herbs and you have a collection in your kitchen in all sorts of little jars and bottles. If you have natural remedies that you use for all sorts of ailments, or remedies that have been passed down through your family, through the generations at which you feel a connection to, this can be another sign that you're a witch. Maybe you have done a course in holistic health, maybe massage or aromatherapy. Maybe you like to use natural remedies first before going to the doctor. If you have any interest at all in healing, and especially using plants for healing, or other natural remedies like stones and crystals and minerals, if you like healthy home-cooked food, then there's a really good chance that you're a witch. Number 10 on our list is devoted to a magical life. If you are devoted to a magical or spiritual life, or at least you want to be, then that is another sure sign that you're a witch. Maybe you feel a pull to the sacred feminine, or you have a deep connection with divinity, whatever you perceive that to be. Perhaps you like to bring a magical practice into your life, be it the way that you stir the food when you're making it, or lighting candles at certain times. Little rituals, little movements that perhaps other people wouldn't even notice, but a way of bringing magic into your life. If you follow deities, Greek, Roman, Norse, Celtic, and others, then that is another sure sign that you're a witch. If you feel a deep, deep pull to this path, if this path feels like a part of you, like something you have to do, if you feel connected to nature, and when you connect in with nature, it feels like you are being who you are truly meant to be, and that feels magic to you, then that is a sure sign that you're a witch. Of course, all the things that we've described today could just be aspects of your personality, but they are key characteristics of being a witch. And if you have all of them, then perhaps, just perhaps, you are a witch. I'd be really interested to know what you think about this video and what you think about the points raised. Did this resonate with you? Have you been searching for the answers? Have you been wondering if you're a witch? Do you have the answer now? If you enjoyed this video, if you found it interesting, or you're already a member of the witchcraft community, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I've got loads of great videos planned and I cannot wait to share my thoughts and feelings with you. Thanks ever so much for joining me here on the cemetery, and until the next video, take care.